If I were to say I am so hungry right now I could eat a horse, would you believe me? You probably would, but you would believe that what I'm saying is I could eat a lot of food in this present moment. Has nothing to do with horses. Has everything to do with the size of a horse, has everything to do with the fact that most people do not like to eat horses. We think of them as our friends. It also has to do with historical references to eating these animals when you're in desperate situations. And so that's why I use that imagery to communicate just how hungry I am. But you don't go from that and say, all right, well, this person is a horse eater, right? But this is often what we do when we look at the Bible, particularly when we're reading poetry, when we're reading prophecy, and sometimes even when we're reading the law of Moses. We fail to recognize the symbolism that is present in the language. And when we're looking at things like prophecy, apocalyptic literature, and poetry, it's all about imagery. And I'm guessing that's at least 50% of the Bible. The prophets, the wisdom literature, the book of Revelation, all of these things are using imagery that would be familiar to the readers and the writer to communicate deep and profound truths that don't just jump out to us as readers 2,000 years later on surface level. Even the parables of Jesus and the teachings of Jesus, I want to just do a quick side note. When Jesus says, whoever looks on a woman with lust, he was talking to men. So people are like, well, men lust after women. But there's not a women lusting after men thing. There's not whoever looks at a man with lust. But we can deduce from this passage that there is something here about the intention to lust that is a violation of your neighbor. We have to seek understanding of that instead of just saying, hey, did you feel sexual desire for this person that walked by? If so, you're committing adultery. When we oversimplify, we miss the whole point of the text. This is what Bible teachers are for. This is why schools like Harvard and Yale were founded, was because it's so easy to come to a text and without understanding how to read it, we can begin to use it to oppress other people. This is what the Pharisees and the scribes were doing in Jesus' day. They were using the Bible to oppress people. And Jesus said things to them like, the prostitutes and the tax collectors are going to enter the kingdom of God before you. You know all of the words that are written here, but you've missed the whole point.